The sweat-inducing, adrenaline-pumping excitement that Wipeout inflicts on a player is rarely matched on any other racing game released. Wipeout is a defiant game. It defies your expectations every turn, and most impressively defies the expectation that a compilation of titles that are already a generation old and soon to be two could possibly look this good or play this well. Yet Wipeout the Omega collection looks stunning. This is down to masterful craftsmanship, from the overall design aesthetic through exquisite level ideas and implementation, through to the variety of racing ships, their unique designs and variations. In much the same way that Mirror's Edge offsets monochrome ideas against a broad spectrum colour palette, Wipeout retains a fresh, brilliant, futuristic beauty that immediately transports the player into the imaginary world of hovership racing. Despite its wondrous looks that still stand up even now, the game is unashamedly linked to the retro arcade races of an increasingly bygone age. For example, the scrolling, reaction-testing, addictive, trance-inducing Outrun, released by Sega in September 1986. Wipeout itself, though, has evolved from its formative version, developed by Psygnosis, released on the 29th of September 1995 for the PlayStation 1. Even with a remaster, the gameplay shouldn't really be this good, but it is. It is fluid, responsive, simple to learn and intuitive to use. Yet in spite of its simplicity, Wipeout demands exacting levels of skill and reaction times, near on perfect player input response times. The level of skill required to play the game faultlessly on its hardest stages is more than a match against any other racing game, even if they are plastered with vehicle fine-tuning menus. A feature of all Wipeout games have been largely electronic-based musical compilation soundtracks, often highlighting some of the leading contemporary artists from the world of club, house, insert your genre here. One feature this reviewer missed was the ability to customize the soundtrack, either by selecting tracks you particularly like within the soundtrack provided, or by adding your own music in-game, rather than using Spotify, for example. This was a feature of Wipeout HD on the PlayStation 3, but it is not present in the Omega collection. There is just something about Wipeout. It is almost an enigma. Even players who normally can't stand racing games will most probably find themselves with the "oh, just one more race" syndrome. The Wipeout Omega collection consists of Wipeout HD, Wipeout Fury and Wipeout 2048, all three providing a substantial amount of differing tracks and environments, as well as challenging different game modes to complement the racing, tournaments and time trials. Easily one of the most fun game modes is included within Wipeout Fury, Eliminator, in which it is all about annihilating your opponents rather than racing. Countless games from previous generations are beginning to show and feel their age, but Wipeout stands defiant, rolling with the times and metamorphosizing successfully to continue to offer the player a blistering example of nigh-on perfect arcade brilliance.